So this is something that I just drugged back last night. I don't think we have any videos on YouTube, but on my personal TikTok channel, years ago, I put up a video of me building these. This is a 4-ton self-feeder, and we'll go take a closer look at it here. But I dragged that home last night because the feed that we're feeding these guys really can be fed on a self-fed basis, and it would cut down on a lot of labor. And honestly, we kind of forgot that these even existed, because I built 4 of these, technically 3. I built 2 that are this size, and then I decided to build one twice the size of this so that it didn't have, you know, the divider in the middle. So basically take 2 of these, slap them together, and that's what I built. That big one is extremely huge and was always hard to move around, and so I'm not sure how I'm going to get it here. But these other 2, they're only 8 foot long, 8 foot tall, and they're pretty easy. Like, I just picked it up with the tractor and set it on the truck, and then since the tractor's not here, it's at the hayfield, I had to drag it off with the feed truck. But it worked because they're on skids. So let's go take a look at this real quick. And the floors are extremely muddy right now and gross because of all the rain we've been getting. So the animals have actually been coming into the barn and hiding a lot, and so they've made an utter mess. And the tractor's not here, so I can't scrape it. But the gates are open. They don't have to be in here. They can go out in the pasture. They're not good for this. Is just where they got to come to eat. So anyway, so these self-feeders. Yeah, it's just 2x4s and 3/4 inch treated plywood. The 2x4s are oak. So I have a bandsaw mill. And the reason we built these was because at the time we had found ourselves without a place to wean calves. So my wife and I went, and there was an old barn on our lease ground. And what we did was we went and built like a 3-acre lot around this barn with barbed wire. And we had some bunks in there, but we were like short on hay and broke as always. And my feed guy was like, I've got this TMR that we can make. He said it's got cottonseed holes in it, you know, a whole bunch of good stuff in it. He said, and they're going to eat a lot of it, but he's like, you don't have to feed any hay, and with hay prices the way they are this year, it might pencil out. And so we ran the numbers, and we're like, that would work really well, but we didn't have a way to feed it. So I started pricing feeders, and guys, self-fed feeders, gravity flow feeders, they're expensive. Creep feeders, a lot of people call them, because they use them for creep feeding. But I looked at it, and I was looking at some of these wooden built ones, and I was like, I really like how this looks. I really don't like how this looks. I really like the ones with the canopies over them, you know, that cover the, you know, your trough. But I looked at that and went, you know, I've got a bandsaw mill. I'm already making lumber. So I spent a couple days and milled a whole bunch of oak 2x4s. I was like, these things are never going to rot. Even if the plywood eventually degrades, we can slap a new piece of plywood on there. Like, I think we can do this. And so I've got the lid on this one at the moment because it was still outside. But we're getting feed delivered hopefully tomorrow. And we're going to fill this up. So we'll get some videos of that. But here's how they work. You know, they've just got a trough down in here. And this is on a slope. And then on the inside, there's a, I'm trying to make a picture here. There's a deal that looks like this on the inside. And so the feed just piles on top of that and then flows down into here, and it flows out of this gap down here. And that's all it does. And it fills this trough, and it works perfectly. We have also filled it with impact grower, which is the main, you know, 1/3 mix that we use, and it works perfectly for that too. Just a good deal. So we're gonna try it. If it works good on this group, you know, if they don't overconsume this product that we're feeding like they're supposed to, you know, they should eat roughly 12, depending on how big they are, 12 to 15 pounds a head a day. If it works well, I'm definitely going to go get the other one of these and put it on the other side. That way when we get new groups in, we can fill that, and they're gonna cut down on labor. Yes, the calves are probably gonna eat a little bit more, but the cost of gain is gonna be better because they're gonna be gaining more. Well, actually, it won't be better, it'll be the same. But they're gonna be gaining more in a shorter period of time because they're eating more. These starter feeds that we feed have a ton of nutrients, a ton of goodies packed into them. So when you're starting them out, they're just gonna feel better. You're gonna get all that goodness in them. So I don't see how we could go wrong. But we're gonna try it out. Like I said, we're supposed to get feed tomorrow. We'll get that lid pulled off. We'll put the lid under the bar because we don't need it now with the roof. And we'll show you feeding this, and we'll see how it works. So make sure you stick around. Like I said, we're gonna try to start doing a little bit of a video every day, see how that goes.